Hey, what's happening? Welcome back to The Bald Perspective. On your way in the door, go ahead and touch the like button, hit subscribe if you've never subscribed, and go ahead and touch that notification bell so you get updates when we upload new content. Let's talk. Didn't I tell you? Did I not tell you August 30th, 2025, that Mark Andrews would return to the Baltimore Ravens? Big time conversation for you guys tonight. In fact, you could say it's a hot one, not a hot take, just a hot conversation. And that is in 2026, Mark Andrews staying in Baltimore, Isaiah Likely leaving Baltimore. I said at that time that Mark Andrews had a higher likelihood, no play on words, to return. Why? Because he would get a 4 or 5 game head start to this season. And although those 4 or 5 games were not productive, those 4 or 5 games, the Baltimore Ravens were a 1-4, 1-5 team. Mark Andrews still was on the field, and Isaiah Likely was not. And Isaiah Likely not being on the field did not give him any negotiating power. Because you can't negotiate when your numbers for the current season that you're in are set on 0. And since he has returned, that being Isaiah Likely, he has not done a whole lot until this past game, where he had an opportunity to really put the Baltimore Ravens in a advantageous situation, and he gets the ball knocked out as he's going into the end zone. Now, that play or series of plays, those series of events, did not cause him not to get a new contract for the Baltimore Ravens. I think maybe behind the scenes, this is just my speculation, they had been trying to talk to Isaiah Likely about a new contract, possibly. Maybe he wasn't answering the phone call. Maybe he said, we'll just discuss things at the end of the season. And when they picked up the phone and called Mark Andrews, he was willing to do business. Now, my speculation is that when Isaiah Likely was asking for a new contract, or when or if they were in contract talks previously, he was probably asking for something between that 15 to 17 million dollar range, which based on the current market he would have deserved. But as soon as he got that foot injury, his price, his stock went down. Because an injury to your feet as a receiving threat causes a whole lot of questions for a team. Now, Mark Andrews has not been excellent this season, but he has been available. He has still been kind of a go-to guy for Lamar Jackson. He's a staple in the Baltimore Ravens organization, and it sounds more like he was willing to do business. And it's really a disappointing scenario, but I absolutely saw this coming. Because for whatever the reason, the Baltimore Ravens have a habitual tendency not to pay guys early, but to pay them when negotiating is tight. We saw them do this with Lamar Jackson. We saw them do this with Isaiah Likely, and a deal did not get done. And now it looks like Isaiah Likely will be suiting up in another uniform. And it's really disappointing, because you link up with a 30-year-old tight end for 3 more years, which puts him at 33, versus the 25-year-old lion, deep threat, yards after the catch threat, athletic, Isaiah Likely, and you're going to let him walk for the potential to get maybe a 3rd or 4th round pick in 2027. Now, there is a chance that the Baltimore Ravens franchise tag him, not to keep him, but to trade him. I could see that happening. And at this point, why not? Why not franchise tag him to keep him in-house for the benefit of trading him before the trade deadline? Excuse me, before the draft. So I do see that happening. But in my next video about Isaiah Likely specifically, I have 4 potential landing spots that I think he would likely go to. So let me know what you guys think. Isaiah Likely leaving Baltimore, and Mark Andrews staying at home. I'm Miguel Boulanger, and until next time, I'm out.